players prepare to race onto the field. Everything is riding on this football game. So there's a special intensity, a special urgency. Here come the Volunteers. Wherever you listen throughout the world, it's football time in Tennessee.
I couldn't even imagine. I remember, growing up in Saraland, Alabama, just wanting to play SEC football. And, that's how I know God is good all the time. So blessed to be here. I would have never imagined this, I'm a transfer from the University of Southern California. And being in the conference, I watched growing up. It's a blessing and a dream come true. And I'm just blessed to be here, to represent for my university in this football program.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley, and that was Tennessee wide receiver Velus Jones Jr. at the podium for SEC Media Days yesterday. Just a well-spoken young man. I think we have a natural leader in Velus Jones Jr., the things he has done this offseason, also throughout the spring. I just think Velus Jones Jr. is one of the good ones. And like I said, I think he is a natural-born leader. I've got a few clips queued up. We're going to take a look at that. We're going to listen to what he said, make some comments. It should come as no surprise that he was asked about the quarterback situation, so we'll clearly get into that as well. But as always, guys, do me a favor. Go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. So kindly press that thumbs up. It helps the channel. If you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, go ahead and subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop new content. But let's get into it again. Velus Jones Jr. Met with the media yesterday, and senior wide receiver, last season, 22 catches, 280 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I look for this kid to really shine in Josh Heupel's offense. He called it a dream come true to be playing in this offense. The kid has had a grin on his face all spring into the summer. He is excited. He is very clearly excited about this Josh Heupel offense. But like I said at the top of the video, of course, the media asked him about the quarterback situation, the quarterback competition going on in Knoxville, but more specifically, they asked him about Joe Milton.
Joe is a great guy. As soon as he came in, he fit in with the guys well. Has a great personality, great sense of humor. He's just a hard-working guy, that want to be great, and that's all of us. We come in, we compete, in the weight room. Everything we do, we compete, and that's how you bring the best out of people. Definitely has a strong arm. I feel like that's one of his great traits he have about himself. And about the quarterbacks, I have confidence in any one of my quarterbacks that they can go out there and win a game and perform the way they need to perform. And so, they all have great things and different traits about them. But, yeah, I'm really confident in all my quarterbacks. They're all great quarterbacks, We get our work in. We get a lot of the work in on the weekends. And each quarterback has, different traits to them. And so that's why it's important, to make sure you get extra work, because we all know you get better during the offseason, especially during the summer. So I have confidence in each and one of those quarterbacks that they can go out on Saturday and win a game for us. And so, we're just going to keep putting in work.
Good neutral answer right there. Obviously, he's not going to show favoritism to a quarterback. Good leadership there. But, all day yesterday, just a lot of buzz around Joe Milton. And I made a video about it. We talked about it quite a bit on the live stream last night. And people can disagree. That's fine. That's part of being a fan. We'll find out this fall. But I think Joe Milton is going to be your starting quarterback, and I think he is going to provide some much-needed leadership on that offensive side of the ball. But I also think that Velus Jones Jr. is going to provide some leadership there. But I think at the end of the day, I feel like I have to defend myself and say this, just because I believe that Joe Milton is going to start doesn't mean that I don't support Harrison Bailey or I don't support Brian Maurer or Hendon Hooker. Whoever is behind center, I'm going to support, and I'm going to be rooting for them. And I think regardless of who takes the snaps this fall, I don't think it matters. Regardless of whoever's taking those snaps, I think the quarterback, the wide receivers, this offense is going to have success regardless of who takes those snaps. I think they're going to score a lot of points. I think they're going to be fun to watch. And Velus Jones was specifically asked about that offense and style of play.
Playing in the offense, especially this offense, when Josh Heupel, Coach Heupel had came, and, I did my research. My family did their research and stuff like that. He's been like top 5 for the past years. And so I'm so excited, with my ability, to catch the ball and get yards after catch and deep ball threat. It's just like it's a dream come true playing in this offense, especially speaking for my receiver core and also my tight ends. We're really excited, about this offense. We just put in the work every day, day by day, getting better, and we just waiting on September 2nd.
A dream come true to play in this offense. We talked during the live stream last night as we kind of went through the Josh Heupel press conference, how this is a big sales pitch. You're selling your program to recruits all across the country at SEC Media Days. But Velus Jones Jr. has been excited about this offense since the day Josh Heupel arrived on campus. And I think, there's a lot of talent, like he talked about there. There's a lot of talent in that wide receiver room. I think we're going to see tight ends finally utilized the way they should be in this football program. Got a stable full of running backs. Tons of talent on the offensive side of the ball. All we need is solid quarterback play, and I think this offense is going to shine. Another thing we've talked about with Josh Heupel, all spring, all throughout the summer, we've talked about, the things he has done to try to bring this team together, try to build a family, try to build relationships. He talked about Josh Heupel and his relationship with him, and then we're going to kind of lead into where that goes and what that means for this football team. Because somebody said in the comment section yesterday that you don't win games in the locker room, Boogie. No, but as I said on the live stream last night, you can lose games in the locker room. If there is not team chemistry, if you don't have that family dynamic, if you're not willing to stand together when your back's against the wall, when the bullets start flying, when you're in the trenches, if you don't stand together, then we see what happens. We saw it last season. That was a team that did not stand together. So don't sell me that chemistry and relationships and family don't matter, because they do. But here's what he said about his head coach, Josh Heupel.
He has an amazing personality. He's a real, open guy. I feel comfortable going up there any time of the second I need to. Just the whole staff is amazing. With Coach Heupel, he really interacts with the players a lot, always around us, whether it's tossing the football or coming in the weight room, checking on us, asking us about our personal lives. He's just an amazing guy. He's always involved. He's always around. You're always seeing his face. And so he's a really likable guy. And I'm so proud to go to war for that man this fall.
Not to deep dive and analyze, but do you hear the tone of his voice? Do you hear the tone that Velus Jones Jr. speaks with as he talks about his head coach? You can hear a little pep in his step. You can hear an excitement level. That's what I mean when I talk about it being authentic. And you can say it's not. You can say it's coach speak. You can call it whatever you want. Regardless, even if it is coach speak, if Josh Heupel is a complete fraud and a complete liar, these kids are buying in. They have bought in. This relationship with their head coach is authentic. You can see it in the way that Velus Jones speaks about it. And again, what does that mean for this football team? What does it mean for the program? What does it mean for these players? Well, let's hear a little bit more.
What I realized from that, I knew that bonding from our team was very important when I got to Tennessee. And, Coach Heupel coming in and giving us team activities and stuff. And you can see, you could just see the connection and how close it brought the team together. Definitely switching the locker room around, putting upperclassmen with lowerclassmen like seniors and freshmen, walk-ons, just mixing it up and stuff like that, how close our team is. We just went to the main event together, just seeing everybody having fun, because at the end of the day, it's about brotherhood. And those are my brothers, and that's who, we're going to be going to war with each other. And so, without brotherhood and bond and connection, you have nothing. You stand no chance. And I feel like our team has came a long way, everybody interacting with each other. It's an amazing sight, honestly. After workouts and stuff, people probably won't leave the locker room until like an hour later, because we're just talking about like anything. Everybody is talking, laughing. And so I feel like that's what it's all about, connection.
I don't know if I can say anything else. I don't know if I can summarize it any better. Velus Jones Jr. just told you everything you need to know. When practice is over, when the day is done, everything's finished, these kids that are 18 to 22 years old stick around. They stick around this coaching staff. They stick around each other. He talks about brotherhood. I can't sum it up any better than Velus Jones Jr. just did. Now, what does that mean this fall when it comes to wins and losses? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out what it means. But the reality of the situation is all I can judge Josh Heupel on is what he has done since he was hired at the University of Tennessee. So you can leave comments and say he's terrible. You can leave comments and say he's going to win 9 games. None of it matters. We're going to find out when they take the field in September just how good this football team is. And then at that point, then we'll discuss just how good Josh Heupel is. But as of now, think he's doing the right thing. Think he's making the right moves. He's building team chemistry. We'll see how it plays out this fall. That's going to wrap it up for this one. If you have not done so yet, please smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. You can grab the official merchandise of the Talkin' VAWLS Network. That link will be in the description below as well. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the comments from Velus Jones Jr. What does team chemistry mean? Does that mean anything to you at all on the field of play, or do you think it's all fluff and BS? Leave me a comment. Let me know. We'll be back with another video on Alontae Taylor's comments either later today or possibly tomorrow morning. So make sure you're subscribed and tune in for that. But that's it for this one. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.
The songs howl like green, poets sat in our chains, soaking moonlit falls, unbroken past this inundated orb that we draw home, and it's night and I'm alone and I'm alive. The dark